Okay, so today is the second day of storytelling. Yesterday, the story was about my trip to Chile, and today I want to tell a story about a day that I went with three friends to a wine taster thing. So it was like you pay an amount of money and then you have open bar of wine. It was the first time for the three of us doing something like that about wine specifically. We really thought that was something innocent, easy, Okay, you're gonna go, we try a few wines, we have some bites, and everything's gonna be fine, right? That's what we thought about it. So we go to this place, and then once you get there, they give you a card that you can rate the wines that you taste. So each wine has a number. I don't remember how many, I don't know, maybe like 20 wines. I really don't remember, but it's like a lot. So each one gets one number and then gets a star from 1 to 5. So if you like it really much the wine, 5 stars. If you don't like it, 1, 2, 3 stars, whatever. So we go to this place, and it's a beautiful place. It's super nice. We were so in total 4 people, part of 4. And then we start trying the wines. And the first wine, everybody at the table were like, yeah, I think that's a 1 star wine. And then second wine also, I think that's 1 star. So, but the thing is, the more wine we have, the higher the rates of the wine, which now I know it wasn't because like they were giving better wines. It's like our judgment wasn't working anymore. So we're like, yeah, that's good, that's amazing. We're just happy by the time after a few bottles. Well, let me just rephrase that. It's not like after a few bottles having a whole bottle but like different bottles that we're tasting just a little bit of each. But it's still, because it's the mix of different types of wine, like rosé, white, red wine, all that mix it up together, it doesn't go well. And we didn't know that. Now we know. And something that I should add here is so we were 4, right? One of our friends, he likes to drink whiskey, and he drinks neat, which I cannot do it. If I have it, if it's just a little bit and it has to be on the rocks, it means like with ice, I cannot have it, neat. He can have it, so he's a strong guy, right? Save this information. Then we have the other friend. He also drinks well. Let's put it away. I mean, he drinks wine. He drinks the Brazilian cachaça that is really strong. It's a liquor made from out of the sugar cane, and it's really strong. And then the other friend, she drinks well. By the way, I'm gonna add this information here also. She's a friend who once won a contest while she was blindfolded, so she had her eyes closed. She was trying different types of beers, and she got it. Every beer that she was trying, she knew which beer was it. Yeah, so she knows how to drink. And it comes to me, I mean, I have wine, I have like a gin tonic usually, but I don't drink like a lot. But whatever, we were there, we were happy, we were trying the wines, we had a few bites, but the bites were not enough, let's put it that way also. So what happens? When we finish all the probably 20 tastes of wine that we had, we left the bar. Everybody was so fine. Everybody was so good. We were happy. I knew that it was kind of, when you were kind of, your head on the clouds, you were not totally like your self. I felt that I wasn't like totally myself, but I was okay. They were also pretty okay. So, but I just said it, right? That the bites were good, but they were really small bites. So we were hungry after all. So we decided to cross the streets and go to this other place that they serve different type of pizza. Instead of the slice, it's kind of reminds like I don't know, but it's like it's folded, the pizza. It's something different. So we were there. We're like, let's try. For some reason, when we started crossing the street, it just felt like there was a black hole and took us to another dimension. There's no other explanation. I swear to God, there's no other explanation. We were like, oh, that's weird. We were not feeling well anymore. But our friend who drinks whiskey, he was good. He was the only one good. The three of us, the other three of us, we were just like, that's weird. And I remember that we were sitting at the table on the outside part of the restaurant's outdoor, while the friend who drinks whiskey, he went to order for us because he saw that we needed help. So he ordered for us. And then my other guy friend, he just decided to sit on the side of the street, the sidewalk. He was sitting there because he didn't feel well at all. And then me and my girlfriend were sitting at the table, and then the other friend came with the food, and then we start eating, but the other friend was sitting outside, right? We suddenly look at him, and he was puking, he was vomiting, and we were there sitting with her food. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't take it out. I cannot see someone doing that and be fine. And then the girlfriend, who is his wife, she was like, she couldn't hold herself. Then, man, I was just sitting next to her, so I couldn't hold myself either. And then I was puking also there. And our friend who drinks whiskey, so good, eating his food, he was like untouchable. He was like, I'm not feeling it at all. He was having the food. And then we were like, okay, we need to go back home. We should all come, each one to their house. We should go back. And then the friend who was the one good at the moment, he was like, let's share one cab, and then we're gonna drop you guys to your places, so I know that everybody's safe, which was really good. Thank you for that. So listen, we got this cab in Brazil that was like 5 seats, so we had the driver and another 4. So the guy who was good, he was sitting on the front seat, and then the back seat was to the left side, right behind the driver was me. In the middle, my girlfriend, and next to her, her husband, right? That's the configuration of the car. The guy on the right side, he opened the window, and then he was vomiting there. The car, oh my gosh, the driver probably is like, what's going on here? And then I opened my window because I was like, if I smell something, if I hear, I'm gonna be in a terrible situation here. So I opened the window and I put in my head outside just to feel the wind in my face, and that was so good. I still remember that wind in my face. And then my friend in the middle, that's, I think, like the craziest and the funniest thing ever that happened to me, like around me, let's say. Because her husband was vomiting and she was feeling nauseous also. And I was like, I was okay because I already puked, so I was okay. I was just putting my head like to not see what was going on with them and kind of have some fresh air in my face. So she opened her bag because she was in the middle. She didn't have a window. She opened her bag, expensive bag, by the way. She opened and then she goes, and she closed her bag. Oh man, what a night. And mind you, you might be thinking now, oh, how old were they, right? No, it was like, like 40s and 30s. So no one was like young. It was like all like responsible adults that just didn't know the mix of wine would cause all that. And again, we didn't drink a lot because they serve like just a tiny portion of each wine. So it wasn't like that we had like bottles of wine. I feel like at the end of the day, probably like 2 full glasses each of us had. But again, I think the mix of types of wine is just something that doesn't go well. Now I know that. I didn't know by the time. So, and then that part of the bag for me is just like I've never seen something like that, not even movies. By the way, if anyone wants to buy it for a movie, we sell the story. And then, well, we dropped then, and then my other friend still in the cab to drop my house. I was the one actually that lived really next to the place. So, and I had my phone. And then when I got back home, I went to text them, hey, I'm inside my house. I'm okay. I'm gonna take a shower. I didn't find my phone. I was, no way. And it was the iPhone, I think was 7. And I had just bought it. It wasn't brand new. I was like, so if you want to know which year was the year that they launched the iPhone 7, when that happened. So I was like, no way, I just got it. I just paid that. I can't believe that I lost it. So you see that I wasn't like drunk. It was just a mix of the things that it wasn't good. So I went to my laptop, and then I to access my Apple account so I could see the location of my phone. And then when I logged in, I could see my phone like moving. I was okay. So either I lost it on one of the places that were and someone took it, or I left in the cab because it's moving. So there's something on the website that you can click, and then gonna send a message to your phone. So my phone started beeping, beep, beep, beep in the car. And then my friend, the one who drinks whiskey, he was like, he told me this the next day. Just see, it was crazy. It started like the beeping inside the car, beep, 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 beep. And the driver was, what's going on? What is that? And then I was like, I don't know. And then when we looked to the back of the car, we saw your phone, and then the lights and the sounds, and then we saw your picture. So I was like, okay, that's just his phone. And then he got it. So the next day, like afternoon, I went next to his house, which was like 1 hour from my house by car. I think it was around that. So I went there to pick up my phone back, and then we were laughing. I think we had lunch together that day, and then we were laughing about the story. And it's just like, again, we were like 4 full grown ups, like people working hard, just trying to have fun, and then ended up in a whole crazy story like that. But every time we meet, and it's been a while since, because I've been living here now for almost 3 years in New York. So it's a long time. I went back only once, and at this time we couldn't like put it together, everybody. But every time that we see each other, that's a story that we are gonna tell, and we're gonna laugh together. And it's like I really don't think something like that has happened to someone else, because it was like the craziest thing ever, and we were laughing and we were happy. Would we go again to another wine taste? Nope, I would not go. Now I know. It's like, don't do it. Buy your bottle, the one you like, and have in your house. Don't go try different types. It doesn't go well. So that's the story for the day. I think you enjoy it, and I have a few others that I might gonna tell again. Let's see. So that's it. I'm gonna enjoy being in today because the weather kind of sucks. It's like it's gray, it's rainy, and it's cold. So I think I'm gonna be watching some movies and eating. That's the perfect day, right? I like that. So see you guys.